Hey, welcome back to Confidence in Christ with Kayla. We are going to continue our mini-series on the five senses with touch, feel, whichever term you want to use. Today our verse is Mark chapter 1, verse 16, and just the very beginning of it. It says, "As Jesus walked beside the Sea of Galilee." That's it. That's all I want to read because it's all about Jesus's pace. We need to feel where Jesus is going. He needs to be our life, and we need to go at his pace, not ours. Because if we're rushing so far ahead of him, we won't be able to touch him and be close to him and feel where he's leading us. We talked about proximity the other day with our smell, but today we're in touch, and yes, we can touch Jesus and be with him. And it talks about many different times when Jesus is touched by people and he heals them. But I'm more worried about his pace. Like, in order to touch him, we've got to be close to him. And if we're so far ahead or worried about where we're going to go, we're not going to be close enough to touch him. I don't know if you watch The Chosen at all, but I love that show. And I love that they show Jesus walking from place to place. And it shows how the disciples are just kind of like walking on the path, either ahead of him, some are behind him, some are right beside him. Like, they're just all kind of straightened out in this line that follows this path to the next town. And the ones that are close enough to touch him are the ones that are having conversations with him, and the ones that are just having that dialogue and that deep relationship with him. And just kind of scanning through the first chapter of Mark, it talks about like, he went to Capernaum. And then he was walking along and a leper came up. And he walked, he got up early in the morning and he walked to a solitary place. Like, Jesus was always moving and going somewhere. We need to stay with him. We can't get so caught up in the future or stuck in the past that we miss the now and we aren't close to him. I don't know about you, but I'm not good on waiting on God's timing. Like, I want things now. We live in a now instantaneous world, and that doesn't bode well for us when it comes to being patient on the Lord. Everything is done in his timing because his timing is perfect. Ours, not so much. If I got things in my time, I would get them way too early, or I wouldn't even realize that I needed them in the first place. Like, God's plan and timing is so perfect. So I challenge us today to slow down our pace, just like we were still yesterday so we could hear and discern his voice. Like, let's take Jesus' pace, not our own, and stay at his speed. That way we can touch him. We have that opportunity, and we're not reaching back or reaching forward for him. We are right there with him.